Hello there, welcome guys to your second video in the Leaflet series. Now in this tutorial I am going to show you how to create a simple hello world application in Leaflet. So we are going to create this very simple application over here, and it's practically going to just show a base map and add a marker on the map with the inscription hello world. Okay, so let's jump straight into it. Now I am going to use Visual Studio Code. As I have indicated, you can use any editor of your choice. So I will open my Visual Studio Code, and I've already created a folder on my desktop called Leaflet, which I will use for all my works on Leaflet for this series. So you can just go to File, Open Folder, and select your working folder. In my own case, it's called Leaflet. Great. I can now expand Leaflet. Notice I have nothing in the folder. I'll go ahead and create my HTML file, which will store all my codes. I'll click on New File, and I'll call it index.html. Great, so I already have an index.html. Now I'm going to set up my HTML markup. Now Visual Studio makes it very easy to do that. So you can just create a boilerplate, control space bar, and select HTML5 boilerplate. So we are actually using HTML5, sorry. Great, so now we have this. Now the first thing that we need to do when creating a Leaflet application is to install Leaflet. So over here we are going to install the Leaflet CSS and JS files. So we can go to the Leaflet website and look for the link to those two files. Okay, so I will look for that. To do the installation, we'll go to the Leaflet website and look for the CDN and install it from there. Now to do the installation, let's go to download. So click on the menu on the download menu and scroll down where you have using a hosted version of Leaflet. So we will copy these links here. So it's actually the CSS file, the style sheet as well as the JavaScript. So we are installing the CSS library as well as the JavaScript library. So we'll copy that and we will paste it directly within our head tag. And that is it. So we now have Leaflet installed within our application. So I'll save that. And we'll now refer back to the codes. We'll refer back to the documentation. We'll be using the documentation a lot. I'm not going to write the codes from scratch. I'm just going to show you how to structure them and basically what everything really means. You memorizing the codes will come with time. But the core here is to be able to build our map, and that's what we are going to do. So we'll go back to overview. Okay, so now the first thing that you want to do is to create a map variable and set it to leaflet.map, and you give it a view. You set it to a view. So the view over here, it's going to be the center of your map and the zoom scale. So whenever you open your map, you want to set the map center to this coordinate and then add a zoom scale. Okay, great. I'll copy that and I'm going to keep this within my script tag because they are all JavaScript code. So now we have created our map. Now the next thing that we are going to do is to create a base map. What you see over here called a tile layer. Now Leaflet gives you several options. You can use OpenStreetMap, you can use Mapboard. Now one thing that you have to do to get Leaflet working is to attribute Leaflet. So you attribute the base map, you attribute the provider, and that is basically what it is doing. So we are going to reference OpenStreetMap here, and we are going to add it to our map. So we reference the tile layer, which is OpenStreetMap, then we will attribute it. So we attribute it, and then after that we are going to add it to our map. So you copy this and place it directly under the map variable. So I'll add some space here. Great. Now the last thing, maybe not the last, but the last thing we're going to do here is to add, I'm saying it will not be the last because I will show you something. Now we are going to add a marker. Notice I told you that it's going to be basically a hello world application where we'll add a marker, and then we will add some, you just bind some information within that pop-up for the marker. So you copy this. So the marker also requires this value. So you need to specify where you are placing your marker. So you need to give coordinates to the marker, and then you add it to the map, and then you bind it. So you bind the pop-up with this information, any information that you want. So I'll copy that. Don't mind me. Okay, so copy. Don't just go away. Okay, so I guess I'll just hit on Ctrl+C to copy that and paste it over here. So now we have our marker installed. Now let's try to run. I'll save and we'll try to load our map and see what happens. Wow. So my browser is blank. Now why is it blank? I think let's check out Chrome debugging tools. So over here, more tools, developer tools. You should be a little bit familiar with the Chrome developer tools, but if you are not, I will make a video in future about that. Now great. So map container not found. Okay, what is a map container? Now I have declared my map variable. I have started it, set it to a view scale. I've added my base map, I've added my marker. But what we have not done, what we failed to do, is to have a container. So mostly a div tag somewhere which will store our map. So basically a container which is going to display our map. So we have all these codes over here, creating our map, setting it a view, but we've not really told Leaflet where to display the map, and that is what we are going to do. So it's just a very simple thing. Just add a div tag and we'll give it an ID as map. So we'll give it an ID as map. So notice that we are maintaining map here. So this is a map variable, and then we have a map. So we are actually going to make our ID also map. So I will advise you maintain the same name throughout. Okay, so we have map. So now we need to style it a little bit. We need to give it a width and then a height so that we can see our map. Without that, even though the map will display, but it's kind of have 0 dimension, which is not a good thing. So we'll just keep the style, the CSS files still within. So an inline CSS, and when our project start getting bigger, then we'll need to separate our codes, have our JavaScript and our style CSS files in separate folders. Okay, so I'll give it a width. So keep the width, give it a width in pixels. Yeah. So pixels. So we'll just give it 800 pixels for, no, let me make it 600 for the width. And for the height, I'll just say 800. So 800 pixels for the height, and save it. Now let's reload our map, and great, Leaflet now shows our map. So I will expand my map. I will switch from the developer to the Chrome, to the browser, and great. So I have my map showing now. Great, a pretty CSS3 pop-up, easy, customizable. So I told you it's going to be a hello world application. So we'll just change the text, and we'll just say, I'll just say hello geographer or mapper or whatever you want to call yourself, and I'll just save it, and bingo. So hello geographer. So guys, thank you for being part of this video. And this is just a basic hello world application, just to whet your appetite. So in the next videos, we're going to do a whole lot of things. We are going to build tracking applications, locator, service requests, delivery. I mean, we're just going to build so much. I mean, we're going to combine our app. I mean, have a backend like Node, Firebase to store our values. If it's a tracking application, to store our tracks and everything on a server, so that we can fetch those information. Wouldn't that be great? Okay, so if you really want to enjoy these videos, then subscribe to my channel, like, and then see you in the next videos. Bye bye.